Welcome all to Vectors class 9, and this will discuss about parallelogram law of vector addition. So according to parallelogram law of vector addition, let's say Rm is to add two vectors, a vector and b vector. First we can find out what about the angle between this a vector and b vector. Already we discussed that angle between two vectors is angle between them when their tails are connected together. Let's say angle between this a vector and b vector is nothing but theta. Now according to this parallelogram law of vector addition, to add two vectors, we place both vector at a common point. So we'll keep this a vector over here, and now we'll keep this b vector like this. Now by using these two vectors as the adjacent sides of parallelogram, we can construct a parallelogram. While using this a and b, we can complete this parallelogram. Got it? Now the diagonal of parallelogram between these two vectors gives the addition vector. That means if you're drawing a vector which is equal to nothing but the diagonal which is in between a and b, will give the value of addition vector. Means this will give the value of a vector plus b vector, and the other diagonal, that means this diagonal, will give the subtraction vector, that is a vector minus b vector. So this will give the value of a vector minus b vector. Now we'll discuss same as like that triangle law, how we'll find out the magnitude and direction of this resultant vector. So once again, if you like to add this a vector and b vector, we should take these two as the adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Then the diagonal which is in between this a vector and b vector is going to give the value of our resultant vector. Now Rm is to find out the magnitude as well as direction of this resultant vector. Now if we are able to construct a right angle triangle, then we can find out the value of r by using Pythagoras theorem. So we are going to just construct a right angle triangle over here. Let's say if we are having a right angle triangle something like this, then if you know the adjacent side and opposite side, then we can find out the hypotenuse. Over here we can observe that this is basically representing our b vector, because this side and this side is same. So we can write this is basically representing nothing but a b vector, and this is representing the angle between a vector and b vector, because angle between two vector is angle between them when their tails are connected. So if you are extending this a vector, so this is going to be the angle between b vector and a vector. So we can resolve this b into two components. The last part we'll discuss how to resolve a vector. So component of b along this direction, we can take it as nothing but b cos theta, and component of b and over here we can take it as nothing but b sin theta, and this is basically representing a vector. So now we can observe that we are able to get a right angle triangle. Now if I am just separately drawing this right angle triangle, so the situation will be something like this. The length of this base we can take it as a plus b cos theta, and this perpendicular we can write that is equal to b sin theta, and this is representing a resultant vector r vector. So we can find out the value of r by using that Pythagoras theorem, that is r is equal to under root of a plus b cos theta the whole square plus b sin theta the whole square. So we can write this is equal to nothing but under root of, this can be written as a square plus 2ab cos theta plus b square cos square theta plus b sin theta the whole square, that is b square sin square theta. Now we can write this is equal to under root of a square plus 2ab cos theta plus b square into, if you are taking this b square common over here, it becomes cos square theta plus sin square theta, and you know that this cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. So this can be written as under root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. So we'll get the same result as that we already derived in case of a triangle law. Now along with magnitude we need to find out the direction also. Let's say this resultant vector is going to make an angle alpha with respect to a, and it is going to make an angle beta with respect to y. So we can find out what about the value of this alpha and beta. So this also we can find out from this right angle triangle. So from this triangle we can write the value of this tan alpha is equal to nothing but opposite side, that is b sine theta, divided by adjacent side, that we can take it as a plus b cos theta. So over here this alpha is nothing but the angle between r vector, that is a resultant vector, and a vector. Same as like that, if you like to find out the value of angle between b vector and resultant vector, let's say it's represented by tan beta. Instead of b we can write it as a, so it becomes a sine theta divided by, instead of a we can write b, so it is b plus a cos theta. So over here this beta represents the angle between r vector and b vector.